You are now tuned to BS3 Network.
All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Perspective. And at the top of every show, what we like to do is always kind of give a little housekeeping, a house announcement, so to speak. The premise and the reasoning for our platform is right there in the name. This is a place where different perspectives, different points of views, different ideas, concepts, opinions are shared freely and openly. We like to think of it as a safe place, as a safe tree. It's the safe tree, So we definitely want you to interact, share your concepts and thoughts and comments, and always keep in mind, this is the key thing: if you don't listen to nothing else I say, nothing else, remember this: your comment, somebody else's comment, somebody else's point of view, somebody else's opinion doesn't make it right or wrong. They're just simply different. So if you keep that in mind, you shouldn't get too butthurt or upset. Don't get your drawers or your panties in a knot about something. Because if somebody don't house, clothe, or feed you, then you really shouldn't be that upset anyway. At the end of the day, but nevertheless, we definitely like to provoke thought here. So keep those things in mind as we get started. And I think we have a great topic this evening. Hopefully it'll stay kosher and calm, but in most instances it won't. So we'll get into it either way. With that being said, I'll start off matter of fact, I'm gonna go last. We're gonna switch it around a little bit. I'm gonna hand off on introductions. We're gonna allow my sister there on the bottom, kind of holding everything up, Miss Kilolo, Miss Keisha. Just give a quick introduction of yourself, please.
Hi, everybody. I didn't know he was going to start with me first, but hello, everybody. Y'all, it's so good to have you back, Eric. I'm so glad we're all back together. So yay us, because last week was a disaster, but we made it through. But yeah, I'm Keisha. Hey, everybody. Thank you for joining us tonight. So I'm not going to prolong anything, so I'll go ahead and hand it on off to Toya.
Hey, so yes, welcome back. But Keisha, I feel like we held it down. Like after my Wi-Fi issues, I feel like we had that thing together. I'm gonna give us a little credit. I'm gonna give us a little. Okay.
But when I was on there by myself and I kept repeating the same thing over and over again. Oh my God! So
So my name's Latoya. I'm an LPC, licensed professional counselor. I'm a wife, I'm a mom, and I'm an author. To find out more about Latoya, just visit latoyathetherapist.com. And with that, we'll go to the intellect.
Hold on. I'm sorry, Eric. Did you get rid of the puppy?
Nah, he's still here.
Okay, you gotta bring up the puppy. Okay, go ahead, Eric.
But he is for sale or for come get if you're gonna be a good home.
He is for come get. That is funny to me. That is funny to me. All right, I'll be real quick about it. I'm the intellect, aka the Atlantic, aka Mr. Deep, Cold, and Choppy. And so, and also I'm known as the Cullinan 8. I'm the biggest diamond found on land. Yeah, about 3,600 and something plus carats. Now, I didn't come up with these names or these descriptions. They were given to me, so that's why I share them freely. So I don't want anybody to think that
you were a carrot.
Carrots, yeah, plus, yeah.
So tell them what the Cullinan mean, because they don't know. I asked, so I know. Well, but for those that's not in the know,
for those that are not in the know, the Cullinan, I spell mine with a K for obvious reasons. If it ain't obvious to you, then you just don't know. But it's spelled with a C, Cullinan. It is the biggest diamond that was ever found. Of course, over in Africa, it was just so big that it didn't even have a use. So they broke it up. So there's a Cullinan 1 and there's a Cullinan 2. And some of the most, precious and notable gems regarding diamonds have been formed out of that diamond. And so our players are very prestigious, wonderful, outstanding and distinguished fraternity. And in that fraternity, we are brothers of the diamond. And so, of course, when I was online and we got our line names, I'm Big Brother Cullinan. And so when I done, the research on that, I'm very proud of that moniker, and I try to hold it down the best I can in every facet of life. So anyway, with that being said, I have a background in talent acquisitions, HR. I definitely try to be out in the community. So I've, led, African-American network groups within corporate America. I sit on the advisory board of a nonprofit financial literacy program and organization called the Empower Series. Go look it up. Definitely like, share, subscribe on our YouTube channel. Has tons and tons of information on there that I really would love everybody to view. Helps with just the basic things of life, so we don't just survive, but to thrive. So kind of a shameless plug there, but also I'm a father, I'm a grandfather. I have some lived experiences that I like to share. And also I do a little bit of public speaking, motivational, transformational speaking, and some career coaching. So throughout all of that, I try to bring it and use this platform to share that knowledge, experience, and background, and hopefully invoke thought and bring people into a better space and place. So with that being said, we are Perspective. And so we kind of got some of everything. If you saw the introduction, you got everything from very analytical, clinical feedback, mindset, that type of feedback, to just, the uncle sitting in the front yard with the barbecue pit, barbershop talk to the beauty shop talk. So you're going to get everything, some of everything. So don't get settled, don't get startled. All right. And so we're going to move into our topic. Our topic tonight is, should married couples have separate bank accounts? I think there's a simple answer to that, but it gets a little bit more deeper. And so we're going to dive into that. So does anybody have any immediate responses to that topic? I guess
I think my immediate response is, let me hit these comments. I only can see 2, so if it's more after this, y'all let me know. Hey, Mr. Brian D. Williams, and then Jeff said, "Come get the dog." Yes, come get him. Hey, Alexis on here. Hey. All right. So my immediate response is, please do what works at your house. I don't think that there is a right or a wrong. I think that people have strong feelings about it just because we've been kind of indoctrinated, or we've been told, or grandma said, or so-and-so said. I just think you have to do what works at your house.
Okay.
I agree. I think you have to do what works at your house. And also, but if you find out that he's a poor steward of money, then yeah, definitely get that back account. You don't want to be in a negative all the time because, he didn't figure out, he didn't balance his portion of the checkbook or whatever, didn't tell you what he spent, or you didn't tell him what you spent. And then just throw everything out. Then all your bills start coming back. Rent check back, light bill, everything. Then we sit in the dark in the car. If we still have a car. So yeah.
The car probably got gone first.
That's what I'm saying. If we still have the car. So we got love. And we still together. No, that ain't love, child. Love don't live here anymore.
Oh yeah. I guess my take. I think there should be separate accounts. Now, of course, we'll dig a little deeper. I don't want to just jump in and try to take the whole pie on my commentary. But so if we stand on that, I would say yes. I think separate accounts is more effective.
Mm-hmm. Say more about that.
All right. So with the separate accounts, really the way, and if I was thinking about it, I would look at it in this way. Both individuals have their own personal accounts, but there also should be a joint account.
Okay.
So a joint account is where you're going to work with business, those things that just can't, to Keisha's point, that can't be missed. They must be paid, and it keeps accountability for each, for each person. To make sure that they're doing that. That's if your home is set up in that way, where there's going to be more than one party contributing to the maintenance of bills and those responsibilities and payments and whatnot. And then each person should. And the reason I'm a proponent of the individual accounts, because I think it's even important in keeping the flair of a marriage and a relationship together, because you want to be able to do things independently that you might want to surprise or do for your partner. And you can't do that if all the money is being worked out of the same account, because you see something move, you're going to be anticipating, okay, they doing something, or you're going to go ask. And if they try to be aloof about it, that's going to cause an issue. So it gives you, and more deeply, I think it shows a sense of trust. To say, yeah, I trust you to manage your end of things with your money. We're just now in a day and age where both parties typically are employed, typically have personal expenses and things they like to go do. And so if they work and they earn money, there's a portion of that they should keep to themselves to be able to facilitate in the way that they see fit. So
to that, I say, would it be okay for like separate but visibility? How would you feel about that?
I would use your moniker. Do whatever works in your house.
Okay.
I don't think we need access to each other's accounts like that. If you have one off to the side, you know what I'm saying, then I really wouldn't want to see what you have. I mean, it probably would be nice, but I wouldn't want you trying to think you got to look and see what I have. It's none of your business. I mean, if I'm sitting on a meal over here and you got like $25, and which is the money you put in there to start it out, then I'm be looking over there, like how it was on what was that movie, that Tyler Perry movie, with The Family That Prays.
Yeah.
When their husband saw what Sanaa Lathan had in that account, she said, "That's my money," and her boo was giving her that money. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so he don't even see what boo might be giving me or something. He don't see all this.
In a marriage.
Well, I think that's a key element that, like I said, it kind of, having those accounts, you're going to find out. You're going to find out you find out about people when it comes to money. You're just going to find out. Now, of course, in the perfect world, hopefully you find those things out early, know who you're dealing with. I'm a key, in relationships, if it's going to be serious, we definitely opening up the books. And if you're not willing to open up the books so that we can have visibility, as Doc kind of mentioned, then I'm going to be like, no, okay. No, thank you. No. Because you may not be good with money. You know what I'm saying? And then you see that your old lady got slightly more than you. And then a lot of times me and egos get a little bruised when the lady has more money than they do. So then what? He come over and ask me, where you get that money from? I just saved better. You know what I'm saying? I probably saved it since I first started working. We don't know. So, I mean, I understand, the whole access, but you don't got to have total access to everything about me. I mean, that's the way I feel. No, understood. I respect that.
So I think access and visibility are different. Having access means you can go in there and touch and take. Having visibility means, for me, I'm being transparent about what I have. And if I got $1 million and you got 25, that's just what we have. Because my question is, when did I get the $1 million and why do you only have 25? Did we build a business together, or are you on crack? Like, what's happening, right? Like, why do I have $1 million and you got 25? What is going on?
Well, honey,
I'm not defending crack. I'm not defending crack, But crack gets it gets a short end of the stick on addictive drugs. Nobody says
Okay, meth. Okay, are you on
heroin. No,
heroin?
this is a whole sidebar. It had not that I'm not attacking
But-
any of your comments because
And
everybody uses crack. But I'm just like heroin is bad.
But now that you say that, I feel you because
Meth-
crack be the first
I've
thing.
never heard anybody say, you know what, are you on meth? And meth is
I'm
dead.
gonna start saying, what you popping pills?
Yeah, on some pills or something.
moving forward, crack and meth and
They're
whatever.
like crack. I
heroin.
know crack just sitting around like, man, we had our time, but man, look what heroin did. You know,
Even
okay,
Whitney
sorry.
said
Back to the
crack is
topic,
wet.
everybody. But I'm sorry about that. I had to.
No, you good. You good.
I don't know. I was just like, it's strange to me.
Hold
But
on, let's
anyway,
do these 2 comments that I see.
yeah, let's do that. Mr. J. Gilliard said, I would say joint and separate.
Okay.
Mr. Gilliard said, because I like to do race car things with my go fast friends.
Bingo.
And Mr. J. Gilliard said, Whitney Houston said crack is right.
She did. She did. So, I mean,
She was telling them, she was like, I don't do crack. I snort.
She said, I've made too much money to ever smoke crack.
She was
Baby,
letting them
she
know, I
said
got
it with
access to powder, and I'm on the powder because I'm a different type of addict. I'm a hot sedated, sophisticated.
It's so funny. Okay, and then I'm gonna say this, and then we can get back to the topic. But y'all, I used to work in substance abuse, right? So it's so funny to me how certain people be like bougie with their addiction. Hello, we're all in a rehab center. We're all at the same place here. So they like crack and like meth. Like you're an addict.
you're an addict.
I was on Oxycontin. I mean, I had prescriptions.
the doctors got me hooked.
Stop it. You was still out butt naked down the street running. Had to come find you, okay? On your pills. No. But anyway, on your
Okay, so
designer
anyway,
drugs.
so Key, you saying no, they cannot see your bank account. What's yours is yours, what's theirs is theirs, or is it what's theirs is ours?
What's mine is mine, what's theirs is mine, and what's ours is mine. He don't need to see what I have. That's none of his business.
I don't believe her. I'm not accepting that because that's just too far on the. That's just too. It's too far. I'm joking, y'all. She could ride. You know, she could definitely drive in that car as far as she want to. Of course, my stated my position and my opinion, and it's truly based off of experience. Keisha said, you know, because most men get offended with women that make more than them. I would differ on that. There's definitely a portion of the segment of people who feel that way. I'm talking about men specifically. There's some men that's going to feel that way. However, I think you only feel that way because really society, and when it comes to money, marriages, women, men, like men are supposed to be the providers, the protectors, provisioners. And when you're not doing that, you're not going to get the women are not out to give the respect and the respect or the patience that they would for someone who, you know, probably makes more than them. So money becomes this very key element in even how you're treated, how you're viewed, not only by your woman, but it could be her mama, her daddy, her family. Because I would say, you know, I have daughters, right? And if they're in a relationship with a guy and I'm like, y'all both, so you want me to help with rent or car or bills in a home where there's a grown, able-bodied man there that's not, you know, contributing to that. I would have some pause and some question on that.
Well,
So,
what if he's trying and he just don't have it? Like
that's a key element, because if like he's in school and he can't work full time, of course I would have no problem. And I see that he is contributing to the well-being of my daughter in other areas, because I know, you know, provision is more than just finances. But
Eric, you said a grown able. First, you said, "Hey, I thought you just said grown ass," but you said grown able-bodied. Okay, you clean that up real quick. I know you meant ass, so it's okay. But go ahead. What were you saying? grown ass man in there.
There's a.
But here's the thing: grown men still struggle.
I think I meant grown, able-bodied, but
Okay.
but Doc, you make a good point because I would definitely take that in consideration, especially if they were both young and they're building their careers. I don't expect a early 20s, mid 20s guy to have it all together and have money put up to facilitate that. Be outstanding if my daughter ran into one of them. I just celebrate in secret, but understanding to give them a foothold to kind of get on their feet and see that he's doing things, making decisions, and operating and functioning in a way that you help those who help themselves. So if he's someone who's helping himself and I can identify that, then of course I wouldn't have a problem with that. But but if we're talking about marriage, then the conversation with me would have been, are you in a position to be married? Can you facilitate and carry the things and the responsibilities that come along with marriage? And I don't see.
But what if he could at the time? And then
if he could, it's thumbs
and
up.
Then say something happened. Let's say he worked at Frito-Lay and he was working one of the machines and got electrocuted.
That would fall in that category of I know it's not him being lazy or sorry, and I hate saying it's lazy or sorry. I know it's him not. It's not just
being lazy or sorry. Stick with your word, bro.
It's not an aspect of his character to do that. You know what I mean? So
I
would.
That's
So
like
I would.
Saying, man,
we still got to do something.
Right.
I need to know where that disability check coming in. Is that on its way?
You being sedity
till the end because we're gonna do something.
You being sedity about his problem. That's like mess. I caught that, bro. I caught that.
I'm not supporting no. I'm not supporting no meth problems.
No. I'm saying how you clean that up. You was being sedity about, like instead of saying sorry and lazy, it was like being sedity about the addiction. What we talking about earlier, but moving on.
All right. So some questions just kind of keep us in line. And I think we've kind of touched on some of this. So if you just had to bullet point, like what are the most important factors to consider in determining finances within a marriage?
Who makes the most and who's a good steward of their finances?
Look at you, Doc.
I mean, it really comes down to who knows how to work their Excel sheet, who knows how to budget, who knows how to forecast what the money gonna do, what the money needs to do. So somebody is usually a spender, somebody's usually a saver, and then sometimes, people fall in the middle. They don't fall on the extremes. And so you just have to look at who can handle this money, who gonna make sure we got what we need. I feel like marriage can be so complicated. Play on the strengths of a person.
I like it.
I agree with what you're saying, but except for the part about who makes the most. I feel like whoever is a better steward of money should be in control, because I swear I go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs when Bath and Body Works had a campus sale. So, I mean, if I make the most money, I don't want to be like, okay, well, I'm just going to be over it because I know I'm not a good, that's being honest, I'm not a good steward of money. I would just have a good time. I would be at Victoria's Secret getting every bra that come out and pair of drawers I can find. So
definitely.
I would tell my potential mate, I need you to be, if you're a good steward. If you're not, let me know, because I give money to him, because my daughter is a really good steward of money. Both of my girls, and my son. So I just wouldn't. I don't give it to me.
Yeah. So the thing to kind of add on the Doc, I would agree. I think those are some good points to I think very fundamentally. Right from the jump, you want to know who makes what, and that's going to lead into the next question. So good point, Doc. And then she also who makes more money, and then deciding who is going to be the steward. Like there's always a main point of contact or a centralized person. One, because they can, and you definitely need to identify each other's strengths, which goes into another thing in developing strong relationships.
Hold on. I'm having a hard time understanding. Why does it matter who makes the most money?
So I said, he asked me what was important when thinking about the money. And to me, who makes the most is important. because that person is probably going to have more of a financial load or more of a financial burden, or they're going to be able to carry more. If I make $10 and you make $3, we shouldn't be splitting it 50-50.
Okay, so you meant it that way.
Yeah,
well,
okay.
well, yeah.
I thought you were saying whoever makes the most money would be the one that's like the better steward.
Oh no, absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't agree with that. Okay.
Oh no.
No, it was like two separate questions. Like what she meant, she gave two different examples to the question. Like, what are the most important factors to consider when you're talking about finances?
This is just something to think about
going into a marriage. So one of her points was determining who makes more money, and then the other was who's the better steward out of the two.
Yeah, they were separate. They weren't together.
Totally understand.
Yeah.
And then so
hold on. Justin said, I say because they have the most to lose. Okay. Go ahead. They do. I didn't even think about it that way, but that's a really good point. Like if this ship starts sinking and everybody know I make more, you're gonna be looking at me to kick out more. You know what I'm saying? So that I didn't even think about it that way, but that's a good point.
And but the one that makes the most, well, the ones that make the most money is not always the best steward. So
that's what Keisha was saying.
That's why, I love the both of the those two concepts to consider, and I think they're fundamental from the beginning. And then also I would look at some other things that, credit is always something you want to look at. You want to look at each other's debt, the things you want to like, what are the debt, what your debt is and what kind of debt you're carrying. And then to sit down and make a plan. Do you have a plan to address that debt?
So I don't know that for me, just trying to think it through. I've been married for so long that it just don't even really like we got our situation together. But when I'm thinking about currently, if we were just like new to this and we were talking about bank accounts only, I don't know that I would have asked about credit and debt just for a bank account purpose. Like I would definitely ask about credit and debt for some different purposes. But like just for like who gonna put their name on which account and is it separate or is it together? I don't even know that I would have considered that. I'm not saying that that's right or wrong. I'm just giving.
Right. But nowadays banks do run your credit, and if you owe, say like they have check systems and telecheck, and if you owe any one of them money, they will not let you bank there.
Yeah, I don't know if that's your credit or not, but they want to know if you defaulted on a bank account with any other banking institution. So they all got themselves,
which is all tied to your social security number, which affects your credit. So
that's what check systems and telecheck is for. So I don't think I know at the bank I was with, your credit didn't dictate whether you could open up an account or not. But to get a loan, of course, from any bank, they're going to check that, but not specifically related to the bank accounts. But you may have experienced different, or even it may be different at a credit union or something else like that too. So should finances? Well, I was going to say should they be? And I think we kind of answered this because it was going to be like, should they be managed by one person or both individuals? And I think that the clear answer is the better steward of money when we find that out. And then also, but visibility to add in what Doc and I think Keisha mentioned was at least knowing. Well, Keisha said, no, you don't need to see what I got.
I'm right.
I need to see what you got, but you can't see what I got.
No, I don't really want to know what he got. Because they could be funding their side chick with that money. Who knows?
Yeah, but I
want to know that.
Yeah, I think but that's why I say that's where trust. But isn't that where the trust comes in? Because if they doing that, it's gonna come out at some point. If you paying attention, because you got many women that they don't pay attention because they don't want to see. I don't care. Something like that is going on. Just decided not to. You don't want to rock the boat. If you feel like home is being taken care of, I ain't got to worry about nothing. I get what I want when I need it for me and mine. If y'all have kids together, some of them just overlook it, right?
I think that's a whole different tax bracket that I'm not a part of. For me and my regular tax bracket, I want to know.
See, we
Now, I
need
guess
all,
if we
we
talking
need
about
all of
like,
it at the house. We need all of it at the house. That was
yeah, we every dime,
all
every
got-
penny, all of it,
all-
everything that you own comes to my home. Like, yeah.
Right.
But I think there's a different tax bracket for this. I'm gonna turn my head and look away because everything's being handled. I don't know that that's for regular people.
So
I think that's for other people.
well, okay. Well, I'm trying to be in other people.
I'm
Okay.
amen, but we ain't there yet.
Bracket, you know, but you when you bring up we talked about the differences in income levels. So
Mhm.
so how do you approach the finances when there's a wide difference in the income?
I mean, I think in a perfect world, we sit down and discuss, like, hey, what can you afford? What are your goals? How do you save? I think you have all those conversations before you fall in love and you're all like head over heels and all that. But in the real world, I think people just find out on the fly.
Yeah, I found out on the fly, but we not finding out nothing on the fly ever again. No fly zone.
Key, what do you think?
Because to be honest, I don't think everybody will be straight up and honest in the beginning. You know, like you said, you know, things that you dealt with previously, you're not going to deal with that anymore. But it's always still somewhere along the lines where somebody might not be 100% truthful about what's going on with their finances with you. So you'll probably still find out on the fly. My baby said, ever.
No, she said ever. She knows.
Ever. Agree with her dad. So yeah.
For people who don't know, that's my baby bird right there. And she has had a front row seat. That's all I'm gonna say. Front row seat with the popcorn, like, ooh. You know what I'm saying? She has felt the pinch of some of those circumstances. So anyway, with that being said, I think that the wide differences you talked about, seeing, you know, you get all of the great pinging points. People's emotions get involved. So how do we handle someone who's like, well, if you got more, you pay more. But what if you make enough and you could pay all? Should you pay all?
I don't think so. I don't, and here's why I don't think so. First of all, hey Justin, no fly zone. I'm with all that. But this is why I don't think if you have all, you should pay all. I think everybody needs to be responsible for something. People don't have no skin in the game when they ain't got no money in the game. And I'm not saying we got to split it 50-50 and I make 500,000 and you make 80,000, but pay the light bill. You just be responsible for the light bill. Or you buy the groceries. You only buy the groceries, but everybody got to pay a little something. Those are my thoughts.
Interesting.
Yes, whoever makes the most need to pay everything.
How come I knew that answer just by the look on her face?
I mean, because
whatever.
Somebody got to have the money to buy the candles. Somebody got to have the money to buy the bras and drawers. Don't you want to see me in some sick things every now and then? I mean, I'm doing my part, but no, I'm just playing. But yeah. You need to be responsible for something.
Something. It could be something. I mean,
small. I don't care if you paying for the Showtime bill or the streaming services. You need to pay for something.
Amen.
Put something on something now. Yeah, I believe that. I do.
Yeah, yeah. At minimum, if you're in a situation where one partner can pay for all bills, let's say they can flip all bills, and you
hold
have
on a second. I'm so sorry. Hold on. Who's doing the comments? Toya?
Me, I'm clicking.
Okay, hold on. Can you go to that comment real quick? Because I think Eric needs to see this one. The one Justin just left. You remember that? The conversation?
Yeah.
Justin, you will get beat if you don't tell me, if you don't clean that up right now. Because I know where to find you.
We'll just go back to Baby Bird. So
yes,
Alexis said, definitely you have to be responsible for something.
No, she said something.
Uh-huh.
And I'm gonna tell y'all, she knows. So that young lady is a lot more wiser beyond her years. So definitely have to Yeah, you got to get a piece of bread to eat the food that she put out there. Mr. GZDR Forever, he says, if the D is good, the woman won't mind paying for everything.
That's some bullshit.
That's a lie.
That's some straight up bullshit.
No,
That
that
Boy,
ain't
keep it
no
clean
lie
by
from
saying
the
lie.
pit.
That's
That ain't
some
no.
bullshit.
That is not a lie. That is a fact. It is.
That is a
existing.
lie
That's
from
some
the pit.
bullshit.
It is. He says some. Didn't he say some? He said
The woman.
The woman.
the woman. No, there are some women, not every woman.
Well, if he had said some, maybe we wouldn't have had such a strong reaction.
Now, GZD, whatever your name is,
it was visceral.
You need to expound on that. What did he say?
She said, "What did baby say? What if the what is good?"
Because the older they get, sometimes the worse it gets. So let's be clear. That can wear out. So now, right? Where they do that at?
Where do they do that at?
Where they do that at? Now, moving on. Who is GZDR? What's that?
Nah, they're coming from Twitch, so that's great. Get to see all of our.
Yeah, that is good.
That's excellent. That's excellent. So thank you for.
So thank you for commenting and engaging. We just humbly disagree. We just sharing our perspective. Our perspective is just a little different.
Yeah,
Thanks for coming on.
He knew what kind of response he was going to get out of that. But there is a segment. There is individuals who absolutely unequivocally that's a true statement. It can't.
I
think it's the same is true for men if it's the other way around. It is a man.
It's implied and it's almost demanded when it comes to men. It's a double standard there. Matter of fact, that'll be a topic for one of the coming weeks. Double standards. She said can't see it exactly how I'm saying it. Right.
What they do that at? Justin, now color. No. You need to talk about what you said earlier, Justin.
And yeah, I love it because we kind of Doc, you touched on the concept of 50-50 because that's kind of a hot topic. And I think it needs to be explained more in line the way you explain it. 50-50 is not really 50-50. No. Marriages are not really 50-50. Relationships are not 50-50. That's a sliding scale and it changes from day to day and hell, sometimes from moment to moment. Yeah. So, I think that needs to be delved into, but mostly when it comes to finances, you need to have an established plan, just like budgeting. Some people just they can't budget. They don't operate on a budget. They've never operated on a budget. It's just like anything else. You need to be able to do it consistently and correctly over a 20 to 25 day period for it to become a habit. And some people just like, when the bill come, I pay, and then some say, I pay when I get that red letter. When they send
the disconnect notice.
Yeah, then I pay. I remember being a youth, my uncle and my aunt, and my uncle was, in time, on time, all the time, took care of business, got married. And I remember I was a kid, so we be ear hustling, even when we don't even try. He was like, "What is this?" And they was kind of having a back and forth. She was like, "It's not late though. I'm gonna pay." He said, "I don't get red notice." He said, "I've never got a red notice or a late notice in my life." It's like, that's not acceptable. I was like, wish I'd have paid more attention because it'll help me curve some decisions that I made and some connections I got into myself. But that's a key element. And also finances can be, they can be a make or break on any relationship. People can be.
Yeah, because that financial strain is the worst. Like you can be sad, depressed, but hey, you got a couple of dollars, you can go treat yourself to something real nice. You can come up out of that. But that financial strain to have you up at night, you can't eat, not because you stressed, but because you ain't got no money. Yes, that will tear a relationship up. What we landing here hungry together for? Do you want to get you a little bit? No.
Empty pocket
and the lights off.
Yeah, empty pocket with a limp Johnson and a dry sugar bar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And it's always the men that get a stipend when things is down. Well, you want to do a little something? Hell no, get your hot ass away from me and move over there. Go, yeah, we can do something. Get your ass out there, get them lights cut back on.
Keisha, I'm not gonna just let you put us all in one box talking about it's always a man. No. I know some women when things ain't right, they still like, come here. Like what? I don't even like you right now. You just charged up $600, $650 over overdraft fees.
Sir, that is a lie.
I'm not. I don't feel like kissing, hugging, and dang show.
Please
Don't
do not touch me because
don't nobody want that.
I had you spent. So
say what?
Touch me.
Say what? Yeah, absolutely. Like I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna make sure you didn't gave away half the rent. You know what I'm talking about, or something like that. Like I don't want to talk right now. But anyway.
But you know what though? My problem right now is like, okay, I like to pay my bills to where I have a credit balance. Like if something was to happen, at least I know it'll still be on. My fear is like if I was to like get married or something, and maybe old boy did lie and say he was a good steward or something, and then I get a pink letter. Cause don't be like your uncle. What is this? We don't do pink letters. We don't do, now I'm not gonna say that I've never gotten one, but when you see that, it's like a big old stop sign. Like, you know what? They can cut my lights off. Let me go pay this. So now, like, let me pay this now before time or on time. So I don't know. I think that's gonna be hard for me if I was to ever, hey CJ, get married.
Hey CJ.
No, even before I get married, all of those type of discussions and paying attention to how finances are managed and taken care of. And I'm not speaking as if I'm a perfect individual. I think I just have the benefit of have being in a position where I wasn't able to pay everything, or it was I used to have this saying, I'd be like, man, how everything going, man? I said, man, I'm trying to make ends meet. I said, no, I'm trying to tie a knot in them summer girls. I want some lean. I want some extra. I want to tie a big fat ass bow when it comes to that. I'll sit up and we won't do nothing. I don't want a bunch of stuff. I want I want to make sure I got an emergency, like something come up, I ain't got to stress about it. Because when you're not stressed or you're at peace, then I think you can offer you. That's when you rush. Man, you damn right. I'm gonna go hard in the paint. Shaquille O'Neal, then I get finesse like Olajuwon, and then I'll mess around and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar that ass with a hook that can't nobody block. It's unblockable.
Excuse me. Take this comment. I don't know who no Keisha is. Thank you.
Oh no, it's
no, I feel you because my name is spelled Latoya with a capital T, and so when people don't capitalize my T, I won't even email or respond.
Will you say it for the people in the back? Because I don't think they heard it.
Well, let me just
spelling of my name.
Let me just say for people who are not great at spelling and things like that. Also,
you tell him this every week.
So I'm gonna read his comment.
But what we're not gonna do, I'm not gonna say what we're not gonna do, because if y'all said that to me, then I'd be looking at everybody crazy. However,
I'm gonna read his comment, but it's not gonna go on the screen.
I just would like to ask. I'm going to say that on the behalf of CJ, I want to apologize for the misspelling of your name.
Thank you.
And if we ever misspell your name in the future, we just want you to know that it's blame it on our mind and not our heart. We mean no disrespect.
Listen here. Say it again, baby doll.
So CJ, if you
would, my name, I ain't replying.
So Mrs. CJ, if you would, make sure we make note that Latoya Gilliard use a capital T, and there we see. Look, CJ already on it. It was just he was trying to be quick, and we meant no harm at all.
I accept, CJ. Now I'm gonna read his comment.
Can I go back to it or?
Yes,
no. I can see it from here. Thank you. Good, baby. Hey, Kilolo, because I don't know who Keisha is. Check your phone within these next 2 weeks. If you get a call from an unknown number, just in case there's a police department, call and ask about me. What the hell?
No, I love our viewers.
Text me, CJ, because
I
baby,
love
I
our
don't know what that
family.
is. Text me,
I
baby.
love our BS3 network family. Because you're going to laugh.
You got to I told you, we keep the lie alive. So, yeah, you text me.
Yeah. No, I'm serious. You should bring people who suffer from depression and anxiety. They just need to come and be around this group just a little bit. It's going. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. And if you have any of them Caraways and
Dawkins.
Dawkins around, it's a wrap. You're gonna leave happy. That's just the thing. All right, but we'll get back to it. So when you talk about the finances, we know that then we're gonna delve a little bit because it's gonna run off the rails if we don't hold it tight. So, because it's really to the women, because when it comes to money, and we're talking about sharing those responsibilities, making sure that we dig into who has strengths, who has weaknesses, making sure those people are in point. And I like the way Doc says it. Doc says it with such what was it? I wanted to make up a word, clinically or something like that. So clinically well. But the look on your face when I tried to say it, Doc, that was hilarious. But with that being said, when we talk about those things, somebody, even though you may be the key point of, let's say the woman, I'm gonna say it this way. Let's say the woman is definitely the financier. She manages the money well. Administratively, she's got it down. She knows Excel, he doesn't, right? And so we keep that all together. You talked about the visibility, but there should be someone. What happens when there come to an impasse on decision on what to buy or when to buy something? How do you come down to that final determination? Both of you are contributing now. Both of you are contributing. One person is facilitating. One may make more than the other, but when you come into that impasse, how do you address that situation? Who's going to be the final word in that?
Well, it depends on how you run your house. Whoever is the head of the household has the final say on that. But I think it has to
see you say it all sneakily and nicely. Just put it out there.
But I think that it has to be like a conversation that's had beforehand, right? Like, so if you spend over $75, we have to have a conversation about it. And then something breaks and we want to buy, I don't know, a refrigerator with a beverage center. Then, there has to be a conversation about that, right? And so I think that y'all have a conversation about how does this play into our long-term financial goals? How does this thing help us move forward? Have a conversation about that. Does it help us move forward? Can we afford it today? How does this impact the budget for the next 6 months? And then y'all just make the best decision. There's just got to be follow-up questions. That's all.
I want to go in a little bit, Doc, but I'm going to let Keisha talk and give her perspective on that question.
Hold on, please.
I know that's right, CJ. Bingo.
$20.
20.
Yes.
What you got to show for it?
20.
What you?
Yep. I feel you, bro. I feel you.
Out of the joint account, right? Not out of your personal portion.
Do whatever you want with your personal money. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Now, I feel like if whoever's like the better steward or whatever, whoever's running the bill, the monies or whatever, if the lights are on and the lights been on consistently for the duration of the time you've been doing everything, and if you say we need to get something, okay. I mean, because I trust you enough to know that everything is taken care of. Everything's still going to be taken care of. So I mean, I don't.
Okay, let's play the scenario out. So you come and you like, hey, I need to go shopping. I need to go get a new dress or a new outfit and some new shoes. And then of course you're gonna have to get some earrings to go with that damn purse because you need a new purse to go with that dress and them shoes, and they don't coordinate. So all of that comes up. The lights have been on, nothing has been off, and you put your portion in, everything seems to be okay. And they say, baby, we're not able to do that right now.
Then we're not able to do it. because I'm not going to go buy one dress. I'm buying several.
Oh.
Listen,
Well, that was the
honey.
scenario. That was just a hypothetical I used. My bad. One dress ain't enough.
I hear what you're saying. But when I shop, I don't get one nothing. I mean, I'm going for broke. So if I would tell you that I would be okay with that. Okay, well, you know, I mean, because you'll let me know when we're able or whatever to do that. Then okay, cool, no problem.
Okay.
But if I got my side monies, you know,
I
if
get
they do something in the back of the closet with some tags on, you may not see.
Okay,
but you know what it is.
Sounds like a vote for the separate accounts right there. That comment, that her Keisha's answer right there.
But Keisha said she wanted separate accounts.
I'm down for the separate accounts. What you say, Sugar?
So Alexis says, I feel like if you want to spend some big money, it needs to be discussed with the partner all together, both sides. And honestly, there should be some good reasoning behind the purchase. And then she also says, also, I want to add that you should know for sure that the purchase can indeed be made without a problem.
Go ahead on, baby girl. I like that.
But Doc, so in that scenario
about the dress with the shoes,
yeah, you know.
Give it to me. Come on, Eve.
No, I'm asking. What? So in that scenario, what's happening?
Oh, if you say no, I can't buy it, then I just can't buy it. If I'm not the one in charge of the money, and I say, babe, I need X amount because I'm finna go do X amount, and you say, not in the budget right now, I'm gonna say, cool, put it on your radar, let me know when I can go do it. Then I'm probably gonna go in my closet and pop a tag off something to make myself feel better, but I ain't finna mess up the budget. Like, I'm never gonna mess up the bag.
Yeah,
man, I am. I'm gonna give me a shirt. Well, I can't do it that big, but I'm gonna get me a wristband or something made. And I'm gonna put Mr. J. Gilliard on it. Just kudos to you, man. Kudos to you.
What the heck?
Yeah, he knows.
Why you gonna be sporting that man's name on your wrist?
Yeah, because he's someone.
You get crazy.
He is someone to admire and respect. He is someone.
His head probably already can't fit through the doorway. Don't do that, Eric. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
No, I'm gonna stop that because I don't want to cause no trouble or nothing like that. I just know he picked well. He picked well with a sensible individual. Kudos to my sis right there. So another comment, Alexis says, never mess up the bag.
Never mess up the bag.
I'm never gonna fumble the bag. Like, never. No.
Mm-hmm.
You think I'm gonna risk a bag for this dress? No, baby, I'm gonna put on a black dress out my closet with a pair of shoes I ain't worn 3 hours.
I'm trying to tell you, with some
I'm just gonna take a quick moment and give a shout out. I ain't telling all her business, but I'm gonna tell you something. This young lady done been in a situation where, she ain't cute, on purpose. Daddy didn't come to the rescue. And we didn't talk about this, so she ain't gonna be mad or nothing. It ain't no surprise. And I'm so proud of her. Just talked to her very honestly. And I was like, okay, this is a situation you in. So my question was like, what are you gonna do? And man, what she did, it was so impressive. It was hard because I really wanted to swoop in and do that. But all like what she's saying, her experience, her point of view, like she earned it. Like I sat and watched this young lady grind, save, hold back, be disciplined, be structured. And man, like, and I'm gonna say it did the damn thing. I mean, she didn't know. I was just fist pumping all the time. She would give me a report, see the advances she made, and financially, to get herself where she wanted to be and how she wanted to be. Man, it was impressive. It was really, really impressive. So I just want to use this forum just to give her kudos since she's on here sharing those nuggets. Yeah, that's my baby bird. Proud of her for many, not only that reason, for many other reasons. But Mr. J. Gilliard said, thank you, sir. You're very welcome, sir. You're very welcome. Very welcome.
It's the bromance for me.
Yeah, haters gonna hate. Haters gonna hate, but they can't make me get up. Hey, I'm always moving in good circles with good folks and in good ways. So ain't nobody gonna stop mine. Y'all can hate all you want to.
It's hating. I love a bromance. Congratulate. I love a bromance.
And if you really want to learn something, participate. You understand? No. Let me stop. You're welcome. You're welcome, Bird. Hey, so we get down to the last 5 minutes. So
he's saying all about the story he told about his daughter.
Oh, okay.
And like the love that they're sharing.
It kicked in after I said
yeah, gotta
okay.
give her kudos, man. That's my partner right there.
Romance.
yeah. Get him, Lex. Don't let him do me like that. Don't let him.
I love a good bromance. I think more black men should have bromance.
Oh no, I tell my brothers, man, I love them. I tell them I love you, brother. Yeah, I ain't no shame, because we give people their flowers after they gone, tell them how special they were to us.
I like to give flowers while we up and
absolutely. Yeah. I done lost, some people I'd have loved to if I told that to. So after, learning that, I won't allow that to happen personally. So we kind of get down to the last 5 minutes. So we talked about separate accounts, joint accounts. So just to kind of help consolidate. So what would you give what are the pros for having separate accounts? If you could come up with ideas and thoughts on what are the pros for having separate?
Probably the ability to do what you want to do. It's yours. You're only responsible for you. You're not worried about, did I swipe it at McDonald's and he swiped it at Burger King and I need to account for both? Or are you just worried about where you swiped it at? So I think that's the pro to having separate. Like, you're just responsible for you. You can see it. You can manage it.
Gotcha.
And then you can go take out $300 in ones and go to the strip club and he ain't never got to know.
Could.
And put it in one of them little money guns and just let it blow all over Mr. Superman.
She did that just way too well. She giving way too many good examples. Sound like personal experience.
Personal experience, baby.
All the fine brothers taking it. We ain't gotta know. I'm bringing it home to him though. Ain't that right?
So here's a comment. Alexa says separate accounts give setup vibes. Mr. J. Gill said not setup vibes. I'm just saying. Yeah, because if you can't, I mean, and here's the thing, it definitely puts it in a position that a person gets to make decisions. So to me, I'm still pro separate accounts. But you better just pay attention to who it is you're dealing with. Mm-hmm. It just gives you more. It gives you more reason to be observant, to communicate. As Doc, that's her thing. You better communicate. You better open up your mouth, say something, and express those concerns. And also Doc kind of gave an answer to that. Man, if they're not open to visibility, then that's an issue.
Yeah. So to go with what Alexis said when she said setup vibes, for me, the separate accounts don't say setup vibes, but it's the lack of visibility. Now that lack of visibility, I got a problem with that.
Yeah, because I think it's easy because if you never, I know you got a portion you have for yourself, but you never have it, or you always out, like then because it's easy. Say, well, hey, why? Because you can't keep coming to me and getting my little bit. Because I even save out of that amount, even though we have joint savings. Because we got a joint account that we're gonna pay bills out of. Now I'm kind of telling my business, but it's gonna be something that we saving, right? So if you just always empty, I'm gonna ask a question like, why are you always empty? Why you always got more month, or I'll say month, just got more month than you do money on your own personal stuff.
That's old school. My grandma used to say that.
So why is that the case? And then it's gonna come out. Because anything you're doing, anything you do in the dark will come to the light.
Read that comment.
So Lex says, people pay for things they know they shouldn't.
That part.
She's okay. Yes. What Doc said. Yeah. Mr. J. Gill said, okay, I follow you now. So we're running out of time, and actually we're out of time. Any cons to separate accounts?
Other people. You can't control other people's behavior.
Yeah, I think if you're the person that's responsible, you end up carrying the weight of individuals who probably weren't financially responsible. But I think to me, it's a pro that it opens up and kind of forces people to be a bit more responsible and start developing that type of skill set, brings open that conversation. And the con is you try to go that route and it just turns into a total shit show. And also it can end a relationship.
Visibility can end a relationship and turn everything into a shit show too.
Oh yeah, because if you see,
why I need it. Because if I see OnlyFans coming up on the thing, we got a problem.
That man, hold on. I never thought, that didn't cross my mind. But anyway, listen, we're down. We're at the end of the hour. Man, this went by pretty quick. Man, I just really appreciate everyone in the comments, our viewers. Man, y'all always keep it funky. And we appreciate you being here, spending this time with us. When we're talking about our finances, I think the main key points we want to walk away with is we definitely want to be able to, you need to communicate. I think earlier rather than later. I think it's a mixture. And I'll go with Doc and Keisha. They was like, what really works for your household is how you should set up your accounts and your finances. But I would say walk away, make sure that you look at each other's strengths and what you do well. So if you're a good financier and others a spender, make sure that person's in control. And if anything else, definitely go and get some financial literacy. There's tons of information out there, anything on YouTube. I'm going to plug the Empower series. It's a financial literacy organization. It's a nonprofit. They have videos on everything: house buying, budgeting, motivation and inspiration resources, and education on all those things financial. So definitely take the time to go do that. We thank you. We'll see you on the next go round. So everybody, y'all go right ahead.
If we owe you anything, we ain't got it. And if you need it, get it from God.
There you have it.